adventure is not about eating, not even close. We are about to go and give blood, or at least I am, and camera mom is. David is too young.
And too scared.
Yeah, so David is actually going to play a little bit of the role of camera David today. He'll be behind the camera today, and he will be taking us through it step by step as we do one of the best things that you can do. And at the end of it, cookies and juice. So that's a good thing too.
So now we'll poke your finger, check the hemoglobin. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Which finger do you want?
Whichever hand you prefer.
So we got to get poked twice when we give blood. The first time they're checking just to make sure I have enough hemoglobin in my blood that I'm not anemic. This is a little tiny one. Over in a second. Does not hurt at all. There. They used to put it in a container to make it, see if it floated or sank. If it sank, I think it was the good news. But now they have an electronic device that we use instead.
Iron's good, 139.
Excellent. So that means I've been eating lots of green vegetables, which I have.
So grab your Band-Aid.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Chicks dig scars, so it's all good. Thank you very much.
So I'll pass it back to you.
Excellent.
And we'll have you answer the first 13 questions from here to here, just have one section there.
Yeah.
I'm going to shade them in like that.
Okay.
So do that behind you there. When you're done, you can walk that way. There's a little box. Start the right front box and grab it, okay?
Thank you very much. Okay, thanks. All right, so they're really, really careful when you give blood to make sure that it's safe for other people to get your blood. They ask you lots of questions, and they also check to make sure that you're safe as well, all the way through. So they just tried to see if I had enough hemoglobin to make sure that was okay, and you'll see them do a few other things later on. All right, so we put our card there and we wait our turn. So the next part of this is going to be off video because it's when we go into some of these private cubicles, and I'll be going in there by myself. So camera mom and David can't go in, and they're going to ask me some questions that are more private, just to make sure that everything I'm doing in my life keeps my blood safe. And at the end, the nurse will go out and give me a chance to use a sticker to say whether or not it's safe to use my blood or not. David? Anything scary so far?
The finger prick probably was the only thing.
Yeah. And what do you think? Do the people around here seem like they're scared at all?
No, I think they should actually be less calm, less scared than usual. You know, they're giving blood to people that are going to get to live a bit of a longer life, and they're helping people. So I think they should definitely feel good, not feel scared.
Awesome. Yeah, hopefully not just a bit of a longer life. You can save somebody's life for a long, long time by giving blood. Most people, when they go in and get surgery, have to have blood, and that blood comes from other people. So something that many, many of us will experience in our life, going in and getting some kind of an operation. And that's just one example of where you can save somebody's life. Good point, though. So, onward. Okay, so I've finished all the questions, passed all the tests, and it's time for us to actually give blood. When we come over, they ask us whether we want the left arm or the right arm done, and it's a guessing game, but I'm going to use the left arm just in case it's a little bit sore later on. My right hand is the one I usually use. And in a moment, they're going to give me a needle, and David's going to show you what that looks like. Betcha.
Great start.
Thank you. So, David, you can pan over to me now. So the blood is flowing already, and the very first bits of it that they take are going to go into test tubes, and they do that just to make sure that they test the blood, make sure it's safe for other people to use. They release the blood pressure cuff so that the blood will actually flow more easily. And then after they've got the test tube blood, they're going to take a bag of blood. And it's about 500 milliliters, so half of a liter, and that's about 2 cups of blood. Now normally when a person gives blood, they can give 2 cups, but they have to give it slowly and carefully, and that's why we do all these questions and answers. In real life, if you bleed fast and you lose even 250 milliliters of blood, just 1 cup, all of a sudden, you can actually pass out from losing blood that fast and go into shock. So that's why the phlebotomists and nurses here are all trained to make sure they take really good care of us.
Calibration of the volume through the tube that tells us how much is in that thing.
Perfect. So it wants to make sure that I give just enough blood and not more so that I'm safe. And it mixes it up so that it doesn't coagulate. It's got a little chemical in there so that the blood won't clot. Later on, they actually separate the blood into different parts so that it can be used on many people. That small amount of blood actually ends up helping more than one person. Right, so all that's left for us to do is a little bit of waiting. And David, what did you think of that when you took the blood?
It was a bit hard for me. If you couldn't see my face instead of what was happening to you, you would have seen that I had to shut my eyes a couple of times.
I noticed that you started to get a little bit pale, and what that means is that you were actually having a little bit of shock yourself. And so that's why for a lot of people it's important to look away. They don't like to see the sight of blood, or even other people that they love giving blood or getting poked. That's something that happened to me when I saw you having surgery. So it's not an unusual experience at all. Good idea when that happens, come and sit down and just rest. We're going to get you to do that exactly right now.
Okay, so I have a question, Dad. Does it hurt when the needle just pokes into your body, or does it hurt the whole time that it's in?
It actually only hurts a tiny bit when they put it in. And as long as you sit nice and still and relaxed, then it doesn't hurt at all while you're waiting. I honestly can't feel that at all. I might as well be sitting at home watching TV. That's how comfortable I am. And the ladies that do this here, and usually it's ladies, but there are some men, have done a lot. So they really know how to find the proper spot on my arm to do it, and they take their time and do it right. So it doesn't hurt at all. Any other questions?
No, not really. Thank you for answering that one.
Perfect.
So, Cameron, Mom, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good. How do you like my toy?
Looks fun.
Do you know what it's for?
What?
It's to help the blood flow more quickly. So my blood sometimes doesn't flow that fast when I come to donate blood. And so squeezing your hand open and closed and wiggling your fingers around helps the blood keep flowing more quickly.
Thank you, Cameron.
All right, so you can see I'm getting darn close to 500. Time for it to come out. And Grace, our phlebotomist, one of my favorite words, phlebotomist, is going to help us by taking it out. And we're almost done.
One, two, three. And how it goes, get you to have 3 fingers on that. Great.
Excellent.
Nice firm pressure for 5 minutes.
Okay.
And if you start to feel not well or lightheaded, let me know right away.
Okay, terrific. So that means we're 5 minutes away from cookies and juice. Now comes the best part and the easiest part. It's time for cookies and juice. So I'm always down for that. But I especially feel good about it today because I just gave 500 cc's of blood, which is about a pound. I lost a pound just sitting there. So I can afford to eat a little bit of sweet stuff if I want to. Sound like a good deal?
Yeah.
And you practically went into more shock than anybody else, so you need some anyways, because this is actually serious business. The sugar in this is going to help us from having that weak feeling that some people have, or it's kind of shock is what it actually is. So it's actually a serious thing. But let's just review here what we got out of doing this. We got free cookies and juice, I got a sticker that says, I gave blood today, so be nice to me. I got this, which is a free pass from heavy lifting, I got told by Grace. And I also got, like I said, a pound lighter. But the most important thing I got was a feeling of helping other people, because there's really nothing you can donate like blood. Every time you donate blood, you're genuinely saving people's lives. So we want to say a special message before we sign off. We want to say thank you to our grandpa, David's grandpa, Camera Mom's dad. And he's a very special person, Herb, and he has been giving blood for almost all of his adult life. And his goal was to get to 100 donations. He got really close, but when he got sick, he got told he wasn't allowed to give anymore. Even though he's feeling really good, he can't give blood anymore. But it's important in our family to keep on giving blood. And we want to thank Herb for sharing that with us. And we hope that we inspire you as well. Now, David, you said you wanted to give me something.
Yeah, I gave Camera Mom already her sticker because she donated blood too. And I wanted to give you one too. Which one would you like?
I like the one that shows the ocean. So I think this is a cool thing because not only do I have a sticker from Canada Blood Services, but I also have a sticker from David. And it's always a good thing to be the apple of your kid's eye. Well, buddy, cheers. We did a good thing. And you want to sign us off?
Thank you, Camera Mom. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.